Level 1, the first big check. Your first real check from a studio job is $18,500. You've never held a check that big in your life. You take a photo of it. You send it to your mom. She cries. You cry. This is what you worked for. This is proof that all the rejection, the bad auditions, the living off ramen, it was worth it. You cash it and feel like a different person. That's your first mistake. Feeling like a different person, because the money sits in your regular bank account, the same account where you pay rent, the same account where you used to panic check your balance at the grocery store, and now you've got $18,500 in there, and you stop panicking. You spend a little. Nothing crazy. New shoes. A nicer dinner than you'd normally allow yourself. You cover 2 months of rent up front because it feels good to be ahead. 3 weeks later, you get another check. $22,000 this time. Drop a comment if you've ever gotten a check that changed how you saw yourself. You feel unstoppable. And you are. For now. But here's what nobody tells you on that first day. That money has already been spoken for by people you haven't met yet. Managers, agents, publicists, the IRS, the state, and the version of your life you're about to build, the car, the apartment, the wardrobe, is going to cost more than the version you left behind. You just don't know it yet. Level 2, the upgrade trap. Your lease is up, your old apartment was fine, but you're not that person anymore. You find a place in a better neighborhood. It's $2,800 a month instead of $100. That's $1,700 more every month. That's $2,400 more every year. But you're making real money now, so you sign the lease without doing the math. You need furniture that fits the new place. You spend $6,000 at a home store over 2 weekends. You tell yourself it's an investment. Your old car has 140,000 miles on it. You lease something new, $689 a month. 2 years, just for the lease. Not the insurance, which goes up because of the new car. Not the parking in your new neighborhood, which is $180 a month. Your monthly expenses just jumped from roughly $2,000 a month to nearly $5,500 a month. You don't notice because the checks keep coming and they keep getting bigger. This is called lifestyle creep. Comment guilty if this has happened to you in any job. The trap isn't the spending. The trap is how fast the new number starts to feel normal. Last year, $3,000 a month felt like wealth. Now it feels like not enough. You've reset your own floor, and that floor is going to be very hard to lower later. Wait until you see level 4. That one is going to hurt. Level 3, the team tax. Your agent calls. They've been working hard for you. They want to talk about bringing in a manager. Here's how the team works. Your agent takes 10% of everything you earn. Your manager takes another 10 to 15%. Your entertainment lawyer takes 5% or bills you by the hour, and their hour costs between $400 and $600. Your publicist charges a flat monthly retainer of $3,000 to $8,000 every single month, whether you're working or not. So before you spend $1 on yourself, 30 to 40 cents of every dollar you earn is already gone. You made $180,000 last year. You think you made $180,000. You actually kept about $108,000 before taxes. We'll get to taxes. Nobody talks about this part. Comment if you had no idea the team took this much. And here's the thing. You need these people. Without your agent, you don't get the auditions. Without your manager, you don't get the meetings. Without the lawyer, you sign a contract that owns your face for 20 years. Without the publicist, the right people don't know your name. The team is not optional. The team is the cost of doing business. But nobody hands you a breakdown sheet on your first day. Nobody sits you down and says, out of every $100 you earn, $40 belongs to other people before you touch it. You figure it out slowly. You figure it out by looking at the numbers that don't add up. Level 4, the IRS Blindside. April arrives. You sit down with your accountant for the first time. Her name is Linda. She has reading glasses on a chain around her neck. She does not smile very much. She asks if you made estimated quarterly tax payments throughout the year. You say, "What?" She takes a breath. When you work a regular job, your employer takes taxes out of every check before you see it. You never have to think about it. When you work in entertainment, as a freelancer, a contractor, a self-employed person, nobody does that for you. You are supposed to send the IRS a check every 3 months, 25% of what you expect to owe. You did not know this. Nobody told you. Linda types in some numbers. You owe $41,000 in federal and state taxes. On top of that, because you didn't make quarterly payments, you owe a penalty. You owe that by April 15th. You have $28,000 in your account. If your stomach just dropped reading that number, you are not alone. Comment, tax trap, if nobody warned you about quarterly taxes. You borrow the rest from a family member. You pay it back in 6 months. You spend the next year sending quarterly checks to the government like clockwork because you will never let that happen again. This is the moment that separates people who make it in this industry from people who flame out. The ones who survive learn to treat the IRS like a business partner they hate but respect. The ones who don't survive think the checks are all theirs. Level 5, the image machine. You book a studio film, a real one, budget above $50 million. Your name is in the official announcement. Everything changes the day that press release goes out. Your publicist says you need a stylist now, not for red carpets, for everything. For the photos paparazzi take when you walk to your car, for the interviews, for the casual sightings. Your image is a product, and that product needs to be consistent. The stylist costs $1,500 a day for events, but they also help maintain your daily look, which includes a wardrobe budget your publicist recommends keeping around $2,000 to $3,000 a month. Some of it gets loaned from brands, some of it you have to buy. Your trainer now needs to be 2 days a week minimum, $120 a session. Your nutritionist works with your trainer to build a food plan, $400 a month. Your skin is going to be on a 30-foot screen. The dermatologist appointment is every 6 weeks, $350 a visit. Your teeth. There's a conversation about your teeth. Comment what you thought the most unexpected cost would be before reading this. Most people say teeth. You add it up one night and realize you are spending somewhere between $6,000 and $9,000 a month on the cost of looking like yourself. Not on clothes you keep, not on vacations, on maintenance, on the ongoing work of presenting the version of you that the industry needs to see. Level 6, the social expense account. This one doesn't feel like spending, it feels like living. You get invited to the right dinners now, the ones where the person across the table can greenlight a $40 million project. The ones where relationships are built and favors are traded, and the next 5 years of your career are shaped over Wagyu steak. You cannot show up to these dinners and order the cheapest thing. You cannot suggest splitting the check. You pick up a round. You send a bottle to the table of people you recognize. You buy out a private event sometimes, because being generous in this industry is not optional. Generosity is a career tool. You spend $2,000 on a birthday gift for a director you want to work with. It's not a bribe. It's a relationship. The line between the two is thin, and everyone pretends it doesn't exist. Your assistant, because you have an assistant now, at $22 an hour, 30 hours a week, sends flowers to people when things go well, sends condolences when things go badly, tracks the birthdays, the anniversaries, the school play of a producer's kid. Comment, "This is wild," if you had no idea networking at this level costs this much money. You are spending money to make money. You understand this. But some nights you look at your monthly statement and see $14,000 in what looks like a social life, and you cannot tell where the career ends and the spending begins. Level 7, the dry spell. The film wraps. You wait for the next thing, and you wait, and you wait. The calls slow down. Your agent says there's nothing right for you right now. Your manager says to be patient. Your publicist keeps the name out there. All three of them keep getting paid every single month, whether you work or not. Your rent is still $2,800 a month. Your car payment is still $689. Your trainer, your nutritionist, your dermatologist, they don't pause because your career did. The checks stopped coming in, but the checks going out did not stop. By month 4, you have $19,000 left. By month 6, you have $6,000 left. This is the moment nobody puts in the Instagram posts. Nobody makes a reel about the 4th month with no income and a $5,500 monthly overhead and a team that takes calls less quickly now. Comment how many months of expenses you have saved right now. Be honest. Most people say less than 3. You dip into a credit card. Just for 1 month. Just to bridge the gap. You know the next job is coming. You believe it. But the math does not care what you believe. The math is happening whether you're ready or not. Level 8. The money person problem. You finally get back to work. 2 projects back to back. Good ones. Your biggest year yet. $340,000 gross. A friend introduces you to a financial advisor. He's smooth. He drives a nice car. He talks fast and uses words that make you feel like you'd look stupid asking follow-up questions. He says he can make your money grow. He puts you in a portfolio you don't fully understand. The fees are 1.5% of assets annually, plus a management fee, plus a performance bonus. You say okay. 2 years later, the market shifts. Your portfolio is down 22%. The advisor made money on his fees every year. You lost money. You fire him. You hire someone else, cheaper, a flat fee planner who tells you the first guy put you in products that paid him commissions. Comment, trust no one, if you or someone you know has been burned by a bad financial advisor. You're not broke, but you're not where you should be for everything you've earned. The problem was not that you got bad advice. The problem was that you didn't know enough to catch bad advice when you heard it. You were too busy being the talent to learn how to protect what the talent earns. Level 9, the breaking point. There's a month, you'll remember exactly which month, when everything lands at once. The tax bill, a slow period, a deal that fell through, a credit card balance that crept up while you weren't watching, a lease renewal on the apartment that went from $2,800 to $3,400. You sit with a piece of paper and add up what you spend every month to maintain your life as you've built it. The number is $13,200. You sit with another piece of paper and try to figure out what you'd need to earn per year just to break even. Accounting for the team taking 35% and taxes taking another 35%, you need to gross at least $280,000 a year just to pay your bills and nothing else. In the last 12 months, you made $190,000. You have been going backward for over a year. You didn't notice because the individual checks felt big. This is the wall. Some people hit it and quit. Some people hit it and get angry and make changes. Some people hit it and pretend they didn't. Comment what you would do right here if this was you. Cut the apartment? Fire the team? Take a different kind of job? Level 10, the rebuild. You make cuts that hurt. You move to a smaller apartment. Not a bad one, but a real one. $1,800 a month. You tell yourself it's temporary. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. You drop the publicist. You keep the agent and the manager. You do more of your own social media. It's not as polished. It works well enough. You set up a separate bank account that only the IRS touches. Every check that comes in, 30% goes straight there, automatically, before you see it, before you can spend it. You hire the flat fee financial advisor. You learn what index funds are. You stop trying to pick the smart thing and start doing the boring thing. Your monthly overhead drops from $13,200 to $6,800. And something strange happens. You feel lighter, not richer, lighter. The pressure of maintaining a life you had built too fast, for other people more than yourself, starts to lift. You book a small independent film, low budget, the kind of project you would have said no to a year ago because the money wasn't big enough. You say yes. It's good work. The director tells you that you seem focused. You are. Somewhere right now, an actor is cashing their first big check. They're taking a photo of it. They're sending it to their mom. They feel like a different person. If you made it to level 10, drop a comment. What was the most surprising cost on the whole list? They don't know about the team tax yet. They don't know about the quarterly payments. They don't know that the life they're about to build is going to cost more than the one they left behind. But they'll learn. They always do. The cycle begins again.